So I am recording a video how to open, stretch, and lengthen tight muscles on the back of your thighs. So we are going to be addressing hamstrings. So if you haven't found any good release, I have the one with the Yamuna ball, and let's get started. So grab a ball. I am using a gold one, and I will be releasing with you maybe both sides today. So starting on your left sit bone. Why on the sit bone? Because your hamstring starts all the way. They're on the sit bones and they lengthen, they go out and attaching to your knee, just behind the knee. Okay? There are three muscles we are going to be addressing. So you're going to start on the sit bone, sitting nice and tall. Left leg is in front of you and that leg is not straight, keep it bent. Then what you're going to do with the right leg. So I like this position when I just bring my right leg out to the right. But I know that not everybody might have the flexibility and openness in the hip. So if you find it hard, you can bend your right knee and bring that right knee, the right foot down to the floor. So find your position sitting on top of your sit bone. Just take a moment there, breathing in from that sit bone up. And then exhalation again, sinking there, the body way down. And again, breathing in, visualizing, leading the breath from the sit bone, breathing through the left side of the body up to my left shoulder. On the exhalation, emptying. And with each exhale, your body will sink deeper into the bone and it's going to go quite deep. You working on stimulating the muscles right at the start. You stimulating also bone tissue. That's why the body rolling stands apart, because it has that profound effect on releasing trauma. It's a big word, right? But releasing the tension, trauma, impact from the bones. So one more breath in here. And then on the exhalation, I'm going to dig the left heel down. And I'm going to pull my body back. And I just pulled a little bit. I have my sit bone behind the ball and I can feel I am not in the muscle yet. I am more in the connection muscle to the tendon. So I am more into the tendon, hamstring tendon. You can hinge forward. You can still sit up nice and tall here. Again, if you have the space, hinge forward because the more weight and gravity will go down. Right knee is bent. Take a breath in here. And then exhalation. You don't want to press. You just want to kind of feeling your body with each exhale, bearing weight down and sinking down. And you take your time. You take your time to unwind that hamstring. So this practice is teaching you patience, slowing things down, wait and yield for the changes to occur. One more breath in. And then on the exhalation, as I sink down, I'm going to just cross fiber. I'm just going to move on that ball gently sideways. And as I going more towards away from the body, I can take my hands with me and I can kind of do a slight twist to the left. Then bring the hands back and move the ball more towards the inside of the body and pressing more into that inner tendon. And then create your own pattern, your pattern moving from side to side. We call it cross fibering. Now we are in the tendon, so the cross fibering more to the muscles where the muscle is created from the fibers. But take your time and spend time here on that tendon connection, because that might be the place which gets injured, which gets overstretched. So I really I had the injury here on my left side, so I can really feel that. Take a breath in again, find yourself being in the center of the tendon, using your hands, using your right foot, pull your body slightly back, and I am in the top of the upper thigh. So my legs are quite short, so there's a small move back. Take care of that right leg wherever you need to bring that knee down or keep it up. Inhalation, right, left knee is bent, straightening my spine. And then exhalation again, sinking down into the ball. And just bending here a couple of breaths. Maybe flexing and pointing that left foot, feeling the connection to your hamstring. And again, find a point in your practice when you don't move, when you don't distract yourself, taking a couple of breathing here. Keeping your left knee bent with each exhalation, sinking down, patiently waiting. Stay with your breath, inhale. And an exhale, leaning into the ball, using your body weight, not pushing, not tensing your leg. One more breath in. And then on the exhalation, when you're ready, again, your own cross fibering. So you can just gently move on the ball sideways. So I'm going to start with that. Visualizing that I am separating the muscles, the three muscles, away from each other. Sometimes they have a tendency of kind of sticking to each other, sticking to the fascia. And then as you cross fibering, another way how you can do that is to twist. As you bring your both hands to your left, you're going to be rolling the ball on the outer hamstrings, almost kind of where it meets your IT band. Your left leg slightly turns out, and it might be an ouchie point. So breathe here, breath in. Think of lengthening, maybe slightly lifting of the ball, exhalation again, sinking down, not pushing, not trying to get deeper, not tensing. Breath in, breath out. For me, this spot is really tense today. Exhale, empty. One more inhale, staying extra breath here. One more exhale, knowing that you can stay here as long as you need to. Idea is to exhale, melt, release, sink into the ball. And then so again, bring the ball back towards that center line, the middle of the top of the hamstring. And then I'm gonna move my body a little bit to the left. And that ball is gonna go more towards the midline. Midline, the inner line. Your left leg might slightly turn inwards, left knee is bent, accessing the inner hamstring. So there are three inner, let's say inner, central hamstring, and the more on the outer side. Breathing, noticing how does it feel there? Take your time. If you find yourself tensing your left leg, keep the left knee bent. One more inhale. On the exhalation, again, slowly roll back towards your center and then pull your hips slightly back. So I'm just kind of micro moving my body back. And now the ball is between, this is my knee, this is my hips. I'm kind of halfway in between. Some people, when I teach it in the class, they might be already sitting down because it's so hard for them to keep themselves up. So knowing this is also an option. Maybe you don't have that much weight and gravity, but that's okay. You do where you need to be. So I like the one with the hip lifted, knee is bent. My right foot is down, breath in. And then breath out. Inhale. And then exhale, scanning the whole body. Make sure you're not tightening shoulders, not tightening the knee. Maybe flex and point that leg you're working on, that ankle. And then just come back into the point of not moving anymore. And then you can do your own cross fibering, wherever that means. You're going to just move from side to side. So this is one way how you can cross fiber. Okay? Letting that ball to go across the fiber. So this is variation number one. If you're sitting down, you're going to sit down and you're just going to move your leg sideways. So you're moving the leg on the ball rather than moving the ball. Again, kind of keeping some weight down on the leg. Or the variation number three, taking your hands out to the side, on that left side. And again, rolling that ball on that outer hamstring, IT band. Maybe again, flexing, pointing the left leg for a moment. Notice how everything is connected. Pause, take a breath in. Take a breath out and sink. So find your own variation, depending, again, how it feels in your body, what is accessible today to you. Inhale. And then exhale, sinking down, not tensing the leg, left knee is bent. One more breath in. One more breath out. On your exhalation, and slowly moving back towards that central hamstring. And then I'm going to walk my body a little bit to the left, and then ball's going to be more on the inner side. I'm not in my inner thighs. I'm more inner hamstring, softening the left knee. This can be a tricky pose here. So again, you can be seated. If you're seated, you have a more of the ball on the inside and leaning towards that inner hamstring. So find a position which works for you. Soften the shoulders. Use your body weight. Breath in. Breath out. One more inhale. One more exhale. Slowly moving the ball back to the center. One more roll before we release. So you're going to be rolling the ball just down the leg. So you're going to stop about 5 centimeters. Again, depending how short or long are your legs, you might be seated down, or you might be still having the butt up in the air. So you're the two-thirds of your leg just above the knee. Maybe still flexing and pointing. And then releasing the foot, taking 3 breaths at least. So this is like a yin yoga where you find a pose, stay with it, breathing, waiting for the changes. Good for people who are like in the minds of going, and never take time to slow things down. One more breath in. One more breath out. And then you begin your cross fibering, where with it you seated down and you just go from side to side, maybe leaning slightly forward, maybe not, maybe your hips feel really tight, so you have to have your hands kind of back. If you your hands back, I kind of gently press down into the ball, right? So this is number 1. Number 2, with your hips hovering off the floor. Number 3 was rolling onto that side, both hands to the left. I am not on the knee joint. I'm just above the knee joint, 5 centimeter at least, bringing the body weight down. It can be quite sensitive spot. Breath in. And then breath out, sinking down, keeping my left foot relaxed, left knee relaxed. One more inhale. And then on the exhalation, at your own pace, again, slowly roll the ball back towards the hamstring center one and go. Let's go on the inner side. So I sit down for this one. I am not on the knee. I am more rolling the ball towards the center of my body. Breathing in. Breathing out. One more inhale. One more exhale. Before we release that stretch, bring that ball behind the back of your left knee joint or the side you're working on. Grab your sit bone, pull it back. So I have the left knee on top of the ball. I'm gonna bring my right ankle on top of the left. Inhalation again, taking the arms up, coming into the seated pose. Sit bones are grounded. On the exhalation, doing any kind of forward fold, hands are down. Shoulders relaxed. I'm gonna take a breath in. And then exhalation, I'm gonna gently press the back of that left knee into the ball. And release, breathing in, lengthening the spine. Shoulders drop, face relax. On the exhalation, again, coming into maybe rounding the back, pressing down into the ball with the back of your left knee. One more inhale. One more exhale. Staying here in the exhalation. Head is nice and heavy. No more pressing, just kind of sinking into the ball with each breath. Letting the ball open the back of your knee. One more breath in. One more breath out. And then slowly walking your hands back, lifting the chest up, removing the ball. And just take your both legs in front of you. Notice the sensation. So first, just close your eyes. And again, feel the left leg. How does it connect to the floor? If you feel more length, if you feel more grounding, the more the left side is more pronounced, then you can open your eyes. And sometimes when people do that lengthening where they really pull out that femur out of the back of the hip joint, they can really feel the left leg being a little bit more longer. So if you did the left leg, you need to do the right leg. So don't do only one side. So let's go and try the other side. So sitting on top of your sit bone, I'm doing the right leg is bent. You want to make sure that your right leg is in front of you. So not to the side, not on the inside. Take care of the left leg. However you need to organize it today. Sit up nice and tall. Take a moment, close your eye if that feels right on the exhalation. Feel the body sinking into the bowl. Again, breathing in, connecting with the breath, breathing from the right sit bone up. I visualize breathing through the right side of the body to my shoulder on the exhale, still sitting tall. Subtle, sinking down into the bowl. It's very subtle, that letting go, that releasing. One more time, breath in. Take your time to inhale. And then exhalation, empty, sinking down into the bowl. So stay on that sit bone. Hands on either side, breath in. Exhalation, I'm going to push into my right heel. I'm going to start moving my hips back and let that ball roll from the sit bone just a little bit into that connection where the muscle attaches to the bone. We call that the tendon. So spend here a moment here. Right leg is in front of you. Maybe flex and point your right ankle. And then release. And then you're gentle going from side to side. Right to the left, left to the right. You still either in the same level, same plane. You can take it into the twist, taking your both hands on the right side of your body. You don't move that right leg out to the right, that leg might slightly externally open out, pressing. Bring your body back to the center. Let the ball roll towards the inside. And you can repeat it a couple of times, going to the side, going to the center, inside. One more breath in. On the exhalation, again, rolling the ball back to the center. So we have 3 more rolls. So we're going to roll down. And we're going to be at the first third of the thigh. Then it's going to be half and then 2/3. So you know how to pace yourself. Sit up as tall as you can. Right knee is bent. Breath in. And then exhalation can begin sinking down into the ball, releasing. Inhale, another breath in. Just feel the breath. Notice where it's going. On the exhalation, again, emptying. So I visualize kind of hugging the ball with that sit bone. I mean, the sit bone is behind the ball. Ball is penetrating deep into my body, into that upper thigh from the back. One more inhale. Exhalation, again, empty, release, right leg is to relax. You're going to begin your own cross fibering here. So whatever I showed you on the left side, this is available to you on the right side. So either just going gently from side to side. So that's what I start with, noticing if there's any sensations, any loud, painful sensations. Then I like to take it to the twist. Both hands on the right leg doesn't move. Some kind of twisting my chest to the right leg. I want to square the chest down. Inhalation, again, lifting up. Exhalation, again, bending the elbows, maybe going deeper. Make sure that your right knee is bent, then you don't tense the leg, right? Keep it relaxed. The more you can have it relaxed, the more the ball penetrates in. And it's not only about the muscles, it's not only about fascia, it's the ball can penetrate deep into the bone. One thing I really love about body rolling is the regulation of the nervous system. It really takes you deep in. So after a body rolling class, there's a different sense of peace and freedom for me than taking yoga class. Not better, not worse. It's just different. It's just more profound. One more inhale. On the exhalation, again, shifting from the outer hamstring towards the center, moving my body to the right and letting that ball to be closer to the inner thigh. Think of inside of your hamstrings. That right leg can slightly turn in if it goes, and I'm kind of trying to lean into that hamstring, not leaning away. Breath in. Breath out. One more inhale. One more exhale. So slowly coming out of that center line, right leg's in front of you, pull your body back on your exhale. The ball is halfway down. So halfway between the knee and the hip. You can be already seated down here, right? So that can be you having that ball right in the middle. You might have to kind of lean forward, see if you have the room. If you don't have the room, have the hands behind you and gently press. Take a moment here, bending the right knee. And again, connecting to that right thigh. It's a practice where you take your time. So each roll takes about 10-15 minutes, depending how long are you spending there. Anything good in our body. We just have to dedicate it some time. One more breath in. On the exhalation, your own cross fibering. So I'm going to go straight into rolling on that outer hamstrings. So going into that body twist to the right. Reminding myself, don't tense the right knee. Let the leg relax. You can do that exercise when you tense for a moment. And then when you're letting go, and notice that letting go, how deeper than that ball can go in. Using your breath to pace yourself through the practice. Exhalation, sinking. One more breath in. On the exhalation, again, walking myself back to the center, either seated down, shifting my body a little bit more to the right, and having that ball more pressing towards that inner hamstring. Maybe taking both hands on the inside of that right leg. Breathing. Slowing things down, feeling the inhale, expansion, exhalation, emptying, sinking maybe a little bit deeper in. And then if you have one of those and it's so easy to get out of the body and you catch yourself being back in the head, maybe making your dinner plans, thinking what you're going to do tomorrow, keep coming back. Keep coming back and focus on what you're doing at this moment. On the next exhalation, again, walk your body back to the center. Last roll, pull your body back. I'm going to be sitting down on this one. So I'm sitting down, right sit bone is down. I have the ball just above the knee joint. I can use my both hands to gently kind of press down with my hands, kind of create a little bit of more that weighting down. Maybe flexing and pointing that right foot. And then releasing. Shoulders relax. And then I'm going to lift my right leg up in the air. And yes, moving more to the right, more to the left. So you only do that when you cannot be up with that right hip, right? So you're moving, you're creating cross fibering like that. If your right leg is down and your right hip's up, you're moving on that ball, right? So the leg doesn't move out of your way because you use your own body weight to move. So do it the way which works for you on that right side. So going on the outer side, going on the inner side, pausing there, noticing where it's more maybe tension. Coming back towards the center before we release that back. The ball goes back behind your right knee. Sitting tall, grab your right sit bone because the muscle starts from the sit bone going to the knee. My left foot is already on top of that right ankle. Inhalation again, lifting my arms up. Exhalation coming into the knee hinge. from the hips, not the lower back, ideally. Breathing in along the spine. Exhaling in, gingerly pressing the back of the right knee down. And then breath in. And then breath out. One more inhale. And then exhale again, bearing weight down into the ball. Stay here for a moment. No more pressing, letting go of the pressing, just opening the back of your knee. Coming back into observing, feeling the breath. One more in breath. One more out breath. So slowly coming up, lifting the chest, take the ball out. Take your both legs in front of you. And for us, just the feeling, the connecting yourself to feel the body from inside out. Observing the changes, observing the sit bones, feeling the back of your knees. Feeling that right heel. Noticing how was that helpful for you? And then maybe opening your eyes and checking the both length of your both legs. And then you're done with the hamstring roll. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you made it to the end. Also, if you enjoy these classes, I lead every Saturday classes, online classes. The classes are quite early, 8 a.m. Eastern time. And we roll for an hour and 15 minutes. So if you want to join me, you're going to find the link in the description under this video. Thank you for watching and have a beautiful day wherever you are.